I have two MLB plays I can't lose today, and I'm going to give them to you for free. And one of these plays is a $5,000 play. Typically, I've been playing $3,000 plays, but the last 2 days I've been attacking with $5,000 plays if I like to play a lot. Yesterday, Spurs money line, here's a ticket for $5,000, and today I'm going to give you a $5,000 play. Now, before we start off with today's analysis, if you guys are new to the channel or have been following, all I ask for in return for the free values for you guys to share the show, like this video, shoot a comment if you have any questions, and subscribe to the channel. Along with that, too, turn your notifications on, because today, again, I'll be going live stream at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time and giving you guys not only a no-run first inning play, which yesterday's loss given, small plays, but today I'm going to give you a parlay as well, a two-team parlay, a very safe parlay, nothing long shot, but it's a parlay that I believe is going to win, and I'm actually going to be taking it myself. So 6:30 p.m. Eastern time tonight. And along with that two-team, if you guys took advantage of the 4-day free trial, congratulations. That is officially over. Yesterday, a profitable day, and today is going to be a very big day. With that said, team, let's get to the money for today. And game number one that I'm going to cover is a game that I ended up scratching yesterday. And if you guys go to yesterday's video, I pinned it in the comment that Bassett was scratched of yesterday's game. So that Baltimore lean, I did not like at all after they changed the pitcher to Gibson. Now today, it's a new opportunity. Line opened up in favor of the Mariners at -138 team. And currently sitting across the board at -120, -115, depending on the book that you're looking at. And the Mariners are attracting majority of the money, 78% of the bets and 90% of the handle. When we look at the stats, they're very similar to yesterday's. OPS, OBP over the last 7 days, and ERA for the pitching staff is in favor of the Seattle Mariners. Now today we have a different situation for two reasons, and I'll explain that in just a few seconds. Now last 7 days, Seattle dominates both categories. You look at the last 15 days, very similar situation. Baltimore ahead in OBP on base percentage, but ultimately Seattle still ahead in majority of the categories. Baltimore has lost the last 3 games. Last 3 games, while Seattle sitting 7-3 over the last 10 games and playing pretty good ball altogether. Pitching staff for today's game, we got Logan Gilbert versus Trevor Rogers. Trevor Rogers is a left-handed pitcher, something to pay attention to. Now, when we look at the logs for both these teams, both these players, you look at Logan Gilbert. Last game, he gave up 3 earned runs, but prior to that, 2 games with 0 earned runs. He did have a blow-up game versus the Padres May 16th, as you see right here. But out of the last 5 games, 3 of those games, he's shut down their opponents with 0 earned runs. Trevor Rogers, on the flip side, is a completely different story. He is sitting at 1 earned run in his last game, fantastic, but prior to that, he gave up 4, 4, 7, and 6 earned runs. Now, for me, the edge really lies in the bullpen once again. Seattle is coming in even more fatigued into this game that they did yesterday. Pizarro's out. Munoz, your main closer, one of the best closers in the league, out with 39 pitches over the last 2 days. And yesterday's pitchers that weren't available are still fatigued coming into this game, which is Ferrer and Spear. Criswell is also not going to be available today. So if Logan Gilbert does not go too deep, Seattle is going to be in a position where they're going to be vulnerable in this bullpen. And I do see a big angle in that situation. Along with that too, Seattle versus left-handed pitchers have been bad this season. You look at the OPS, .626 OPS versus left-handed pitchers, compared to them hitting right-handed pitchers at .757. Now today, Baltimore's facing a right-handed pitcher, 743 OPS versus right-handed pitcher, compared to the Seattle's OPS versus left-handed pitcher at .626. Another edge in favor of Baltimore in this spot, team. You look at batters versus pitchers, this is where Seattle has a little bit more of an edge. They have a couple key guys that have seen and hit Trevor Rogers pretty well, like Josh Naylor, 5 at-bats, 1.025 OPS. Julio Rodriguez, 6 at-bats, 1.0 OPS. Arozarena, 9 at-bats, 1.33 OPS. So a couple more guys for Seattle that have hit Trevor Rogers well compared to the flip side. Now, what I want to show you guys here is the total earned runs total. Because based on what we're seeing right now, we can all have an opinion that Seattle's the better team and the better pitcher in the staff. So what is the total right here? They're dead even when it comes to earned runs. Under 2.5 at -125 compared to Trevor Rogers at under 2.5 at -125. And the importance of looking at these stats is that it gives you an idea where Vegas is looking. Yes, on paper, Logan Gilbert looks 10 times better than Trevor Rogers. But what we're seeing here is the opposite, because Vegas believes that Baltimore can hit Gilbert, and then on the flip side, Seattle has struggled against lefties. And I do like this spot for the Baltimore Orioles. I like them at the money line, and I also like them quite a bit at the +1.5, which is sitting at -165, which will push up by the time you see this, because the way this line is moving now, it's sitting at -115 when it opened at -130. A big time move, guys. Game number 2 that I like for today, and I believe it's a very trap B game today. 2 of them, and I'll give it to you guys quick, which is Boston versus Tampa Bay Rays. This line does not make sense by any means. -117 opening for Boston Red Sox compared to -103 for Tampa Bay Rays. You look at the pitching matchup, you got Nick Martinez on the mound for Tampa Bay Rays, one of the better pitchers in the entire league. Now, let's analyze this game completely. Line opened up in favor of the Boston at -117. Money support going rather even. Handle is going to the Red Sox. Sharper money right now is going to the Red Sox, both on the money line and on the spread. When we put this game up on Profit Edge, let's pull it up right here. Boston, Tampa Bay. We're going to look at the last 7 days. And the last 7 days, we're going to see the following. OBP, Tampa Bay is ahead, but OPS and average, Boston is ahead. Boston is not ahead in the pitching category. Tampa Bay is ahead in this category. When we look at the pitching staff, once again, we got Nick Martinez on the mound. And he's been steady this entire season, 2.29 ERA compared to 2.28 for totally for the Boston Red Sox. Now, Nick Martinez did get hit last game for the first time this season. Prior to that, 2.101 earned runs in 4 starts. You look at totally steady presence as well, man. 0 earned runs last game, 2.321 over his last 5 starts. And you look at his game versus the Rays this season, he gave up 1 earned run in 5 innings pitched. Pitched him pretty well. You look at Martinez versus the Red Sox, 5.2 innings pitched and 1 earned run. Bullpen situation, Tampa Bay's bullpen starting to pick it up. But yesterday, remember, they utilized a bullpen game. A lot of their bullpen got utilized, especially because they started with a bullpen pitcher. And then along with that, too, you got Boston. For the most part, they did not get utilized yesterday because they did not win that matchup. You look at the splits over the last 7 days, Tampa Bay starting to pick it up a little bit, but still, Boston has the edge in OPS and average when it comes to the last 7 days away from home compared to Tampa Bay at home, which Tampa Bay at home is typically a really good team. Both teams are coming in with very hot players. Sigler, a new player for Boston, is really starting to heat it up, and they got young talent that can make it count. You saw Roman Anthony, Mayer, and a couple other guys that have really picked it up over the last 2 seasons. You look at Tampa Bay Rays, they've cooled off a little bit, but they still have Diaz. He hit a home run yesterday to open up the game. Caminero, still a hot player altogether. Batters versus pitchers, very important stats to pay attention to. You look at Boston versus Nick Martinez, there's some success. Montecchio, 5 at-bats, 1.40 OPS. Yoshida, 4 at-bats, 1.0 OPS. Wilson Contreras, 7 at-bats, 1.413 OPS. Tampa Bay Rays versus totally minimal at-bats, so we're not going to overreact to that. And once again, what I want to show you guys here is the following. Who is expected to give up more runs in this game, which in my opinion, I thought it was Nick Martinez, but it is not. It is totally sitting at under 1.5 compared to 2.5 for Nick Martinez. And they also have Boston projected to get more hits in this game. Give me the Boston Red Sox in this game. And the third game that I'm going to cover for you guys briefly is a game that I believe is very trapped before today, and a game that I'd be very cautious with, which is this Philadelphia-Toronto Blue Jays game. -110 is the opening line. You got Wheeler on the mound. It's been dominant this season. Dylan Cease is coming back from an injury. It's been 15 days or so. It hasn't been too long or too deep of an injury, but I'd be very cautious with that game altogether. I would not lean Philadelphia. If anything, I would take Toronto, but I am going to stay away from that game. With that said, team, let's win the day. I'll see you guys tonight at 6:30 p.m. for the no-run first inning, the parlay, and also to finalize the play. Guys, let's win the day, and I'll catch you guys tonight.